Robotics and AI Institute just dropped a prototype called Roadrunner. And no, Roadrunner doesn't look anything like a humanoid. Roadrunner is 33 pounds, bipedal robot with wheels instead of feet, lighter than a medium-sized dog. Most robotics companies right now are obsessed with making robots walk like humans. But here's the thing. Walking is incredibly hard to get right. Legged robots burn through battery just trying to stay upright. Every single step requires constant balance corrections across dozens of joints. So what if walking is actually the problem? That's exactly what the RAI Institute just did. And the result is one of the most impressive robot demos you'll see this year. Roadrunner has two symmetric legs with knee joints that can rotate forward or backward. And at the bottom of each leg sits a wheel. So Roadrunner can roll across flat ground like a skateboard. Roadrunner can shift into an inline stance and glide like a pair of rollerblades. And when Roadrunner hits a staircase, the wheels act like feet to climb each step. In the demo video, you watch Roadrunner launch from a resting position, zip across the floor, climb a full set of stairs, roll down a ramp, reverse direction, descend another staircase backwards, and then just casually balance on a single wheel. All smooth, all controlled, no stumbling. Here's the part that matters most though. All of that movement is controlled by a single AI policy, not separate programs for driving, stepping, and balancing. One unified brain handles everything, and several of those behaviors, including standing up from the ground and one-wheel balancing, were deployed zero-shot on the hardware. That means RAI trained the policy entirely in simulation, then loaded it onto the physical robot, and Roadrunner performed those moves on the very first try. No fine-tuning, no manual adjustments, just sim to real, done. Now if you're thinking this robot appeared out of nowhere, it didn't. RAI has been working toward this for a while, and the project that likely laid the groundwork for Roadrunner is something called UMV, the Ultra Mobility Vehicle. RAI published details on UMV back in September 2025, and when you look at what UMV was trying to achieve, Roadrunner starts to make a lot more sense. So what is UMV? UMV is a robot that looks like a bicycle crossed with a pogo stick. The idea behind UMV starts with a simple observation. Legged robots are great at rough terrain. Legged robots can jump over gaps and step onto obstacles, but legged robots are slow and burn through energy fast. Wheeled robots are the opposite. Wheeled robots are fast and efficient on flat ground, but wheels can't handle stairs or rocks or gaps. So what if you combine both? That's UMV, a bike robot that can drive, jump, flip, and hop. UMV has a two-part body design. The lower half is a lightweight carbon fiber bike frame with two motors for steering and forward speed. The upper half is a custom-built jumping mechanism with 4 motors. Most of UMV's mass sits in the upper section, in what the team calls the head. That's where the battery and onboard computer live. This weight distribution matters. By stacking mass above the jumping mechanism, UMV gets maximum launch height when the legs extend. UMV has a Z-shaped profile. When tucked, UMV measures about 31 inches tall. When fully extended during a jump, UMV stretches to over 60 inches. And once airborne, UMV can pull the lower bike section upward, exactly like how you tuck your legs to clear a hurdle. At roughly 51 pounds, about 23 kilograms, UMV is light enough to launch off the ground, but tough enough to survive hard landings and the inevitable crashes during testing. Now here's where it gets really interesting. UMV uses reinforcement learning to figure out how to move. The team trains UMV in a physics simulation using NVIDIA's Isaac Lab. In simulation, UMV runs through millions of trials. The AI tries different actions and gets rewarded for good behavior. Drive forward smoothly, reward. Stick a landing, reward. Fall over, penalty. Over millions of iterations, the AI learns which sequence of motor commands produces the best results for any given situation. And it learns all of this without a single line of hand-coded movement logic. The results are wild. UMV can repeatedly jump onto and off a 1-meter high table. UMV can do front flips, UMV can hold a sustained wheelie while driving around. All of this from an AI policy trained in simulation and then deployed on real hardware. But the team was honest about something important. At the time of the UMV project, deploying policies from simulation to the real robot wasn't fully seamless. The process required human oversight. The team would train a policy, load it onto UMV, observe how UMV performed, then go back to simulation and adjust the reward structure. Rinse and repeat until the behavior looked right on the physical robot. They also had to deal with the sim-to-real gap. The physics in simulation never perfectly matches the real world. So the team would run physical tests to calibrate things like bounce properties, motor torque, even battery voltage sag. All of those measurements got fed back into the simulation to make it more accurate. And this is exactly where Roadrunner feels like the next step. RAI never explicitly said Roadrunner evolved from UMV, but look at the threads connecting them. UMV combined wheels and legs for hybrid locomotion. Roadrunner does the same. UMV used reinforcement learning trained in simulation. Roadrunner uses the same approach. UMV required human-in-the-loop fine-tuning to get policies working on hardware. Roadrunner deployed behavior zero-shot. No fine-tuning at all. That jump from "we need humans to tweak every policy" to "the policy just works on the first try" is massive. It suggests that between September 2025 and March 2026, RAI made serious progress on closing the sim-to-real gap. The simulation models got better, the training got more robust, and the result is a robot that can learn in a virtual world and perform flawlessly in the real one without any hand-holding. The direction RAI is heading is also worth paying attention to. The team talked about long-term plans to integrate perception and terrain awareness. The goal was a robot that understands its own physical abilities, reads the terrain ahead, and decides on the fly how to move through it. Roadrunner isn't there yet. Roadrunner is still a research platform focused on locomotion. But the foundation is clearly being built. A robot that can seamlessly switch between rolling, skating, stepping, and single-wheel balancing, all from one AI policy, is exactly the kind of platform you'd want before layering on perception and autonomous navigation. While every other lab is chasing the humanoid dream, our AI is quietly asking a different question. What if the most capable robot doesn't look human at all? What if it looks like a pair of legs on wheels, ripping through an obstacle course like it was born to do it? Roadrunner might just be the answer. Engine AI just did something no robotics company has ever tried before. The company has officially launched a global fighting tournament for full-size humanoid robots, and they just opened registration. Most humanoid robots are built to help. They carry boxes, they fold clothes, they walk carefully across factory floors like they're afraid of breaking something. We've watched Boston Dynamics doing factory tasks. We've seen Tesla's Optimus slowly learning basic tasks. Unitree made headlines with its affordable robots doing backflips. But Engine AI just took a completely different turn. The company has officially launched a global fighting tournament for full-size humanoid robots. Any university, research lab, or company in the world can register a team right now. Engine AI will hand them AT800 robot with 450 Newton-meters of torque for free. And then those teams will program their robots to fight each other. Registration is live. The prize pool is over $1 million. And the robots hit hard enough to knock a grown man off his feet. Is this the future of robotics development, or are we crossing a line no one's thought through? Let's break down everything happening with this league. The robot at the center of this competition is Engine AI's T800, a humanoid system designed to combine strong mechanics, advanced sensors, and fast control systems. The robot is built for dynamic environments where balance, awareness, and strength all need to work together. To understand its surroundings, the T800 uses LiDAR scanning and stereo cameras. LiDAR sends out laser pulses and measures how they return, allowing the robot to build a 3D map of its environment, while stereo cameras provide depth perception so the robot can track movement and react to objects in real time. Inside the body, an active cooling system prevents the motors from overheating during intense motion, helping the robot maintain stable performance. Those motors are extremely powerful, capable of generating up to 450 Newton meters of torque, which gives the robot the force needed to perform explosive movements and quickly recover balance after impact. Physically, the T800 stands about 5.6 feet tall and weighs roughly 165 pounds, giving it a human-scale frame built for real-world interaction. The robot carries 29 degrees of freedom across its body, allowing precise multi-directional movement. Each hand alone has 7 degrees of freedom for dexterous control. A solid-state lithium battery powers the robot for up to 4 hours of operation. If a robot like the T800 can already kick hard enough to knock a person down, would you feel safe standing near it? Comment below and share your thoughts. Engine AI began putting this robot into a real competitive environment on February 9th, when the company announced what it describes as the world's first humanoid robot combat league in Shenzhen, China. The competition is called the Ultimate Robot Knockout Legend, or UKRL, and it is structured as an international tournament rather than a simple demonstration event. Universities, companies, and research institutions can register teams and compete using the same robot platform, the T800. Because every team uses the same hardware, the competition focuses on software design, control algorithms, and strategy rather than hardware advantages. One unusual aspect of the league is how Engine AI is distributing the robots. Instead of requiring teams to purchase the hardware, the company is providing 800 robots free of charge to participating teams. Any team that reaches the top 16 is also allowed to keep the robot used in the competition. In a field where advanced humanoid robots can be extremely expensive, this approach removes a major barrier and allows smaller research teams to participate. But the real purpose of the league goes beyond competition. A combat environment forces robots to operate under unpredictable physical conditions. During matches, the T800 must maintain balance while absorbing impacts, recover after falls, and react instantly to changing movement. The UKRL evaluates motion control, dynamic balance, and impact resistance while pushing key components like reducers, lead screws, and hand tendons to their limits. According to Tian Feng, this kind of real-world testing can shorten robotics development cycles by over 30%. The T800 had already started attracting attention even before the league was announced. When Engine AI first revealed the robot in December, the company released demonstration footage showing the machine performing flying kicks, completing a 360-degree aerial rotation, and even breaking down doors. The clips quickly spread online, but many viewers questioned whether the footage was real, with some suggesting the movements might be CGI. To address those doubts, Engine AI organized a direct demonstration. CEO Zhao Tongyong wore protective padding and stood in front of the robot, while the T800 delivered a controlled kick that knocked him off his feet. The moment was captured from multiple camera angles, clearly showing the robot maintaining balance immediately after the impact. The demonstration confirmed that the movements were genuine and highlighted the robot's ability to perform complex motions such as spinning kicks while remaining stable. Would you trust a humanoid robot like the T800 in a real combat sport against humans one day? Comment below and tell me what you think. For teams interested in participating, registration for the UKRL 2026 season opened on March 1st and runs through April 30th. Each team must include at least 3 members with backgrounds in areas like control systems, electronics, or mechanical engineering. Selected teams receive access to a simulation platform and T800 models to begin developing and testing their algorithms. The competition also offers a major prize pool. The winning team receives 10 million yuan, roughly 1.44 million US dollars, along with a championship belt. Second place earns about $278,000, while third place receives around $139,000. The top 8 teams also gain access to a fast-track interview opportunity at Engine AI. The global finals are scheduled for December 2026 through Jan. Beyond the prizes, the league represents a new approach to developing humanoid robots. Analyst Pan Helen explains that real-world competition can reveal weaknesses that controlled lab tests may miss. By pushing the T800 through intense matches, Engine AI can collect data on durability, motion control, and AI decision-making, helping accelerate the path toward real-world deployment. The UKRL shows how combat environments are becoming a powerful testing ground for humanoid robots. By pushing machines like the T800 through real physical challenges, engineers can rapidly improve balance, strength, and control systems. And as more robots enter competitions like this, the future of humanoid combat robotics is only getting started.